Stefani Harpur's outside the rules. They're for the ordinary people like you and me.
Even if it means spending the rest of my life behind bars, I hate you, do you hear me?
And you tell him from me, the battle's on, and it's going to be a long and bloody war now. Get out!
Let's put it this way. I'm not going to hell. And that's what marrying you would be. Goodbye, Jilly.
Get rid of her. I don't care how you do it. Just do it.
Don't worry, Mrs. Stewart. It will look like an accident.
Excuse me, I want to get changed. There'll be an official statement.
I see your husband's here. Did he have any idea you were still alive?
Where do you go from here, Tara? Just where does Jili Stüört fit into all this?
Mrs. Stewart organised the parade, and I'd like to thank her and Mr. Sanders for giving me the opportunity to make my comeback.
Does this mean he'll be returning to
Look, the Sheikh will be making a statement, so if you follow me, you'll get...
Dan, wait.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
I want to explain.
I've heard it all before. It no longer interests me.
I had to do it this way.
I'll wait outside.
No, it won't be necessary. I'm coming with you. Goodbye, Stephanie.
Look, I want to make you understand that...
Understand? But I do understand. I understand that you never trusted me. That when you were really in trouble, you turned to a Mal. Oh, yes, I understand only too well. But then I was never really part of the Harpur dynasty, was I? It was just comforting to have a doctor in the house.
Dan, I understand the way you feel. But I didn't plan it. Not at the start. And then it seemed the only way.
Of course. Getting back at Jake and Jilly was far more important than your family.
Would I have gone to see Sarah in hospital if that were true?
You enjoyed taking risks. It was all part of the little charade. All added to the fun, didn't it, Steph? And then, of course, your little visit to us. Do you know something? I gave you more class than that. But then it seems that I really don't know you at all, Steph.
I had to know how things were between you two. Could we go, please?
Yes, of course.
Well, at least you won't have to wait 7 years for the divorce. I have no intention of standing in your way.
And why would you? With the faithful Amal waiting in the wings. Jessica?
You should see your own doctor and have a thorough checkup.
I told you. I had a shock. A bad one. That's all that's wrong with me.
Well, I'd make sure if I were you, and as soon as possible.
Thank you for your time.
Not at all. I'll let your secretary have my account in due time.
Feeling a little unwell, Jilly?
I really thought she was dead. It was weird seeing her again like that.
Oh, yes, Stephanie's alive, all right. Positively radiant, one might say.
Finish with that bitch yet.
Shouldn't you be concentrating on something more basic, like the money you've ripped off the company, for starters?
We'll find a way around that.
Oh, I doubt it. Not now you've signed the contract. You know, you got to hand it to Stephanie. She's really stitched you up. But then, of course, you never were in her league. You should have realized that a long time ago, like I did.
Stefani Harpur's outside the rules. They're for the ordinary people like you and me. Do you know something? I honestly believe that she feels she has some sort of divine right to alter the course of people's lives.
Dan, talking like this won't help. You're the only one who'll get hurt.
She's so damn patronizing. She won't stand in our way. She won't oppose a divorce. Good, let her have a divorce. It won't be that easy. All the muckraking and the publicity that goes with it. Let's just wait and see how her Arabian Night handles that side of the bargain.
That's it, isn't it? All this sound and fury, and it simply means you're jealous. You want Stephanie back. Admit it.
What are you talking about?
Us. Or don't we exist anymore?
Oh, come on, Jessica.
Dan, I want an honest answer, and I want it now.
You know how I feel about you.
No, I don't. But I need to. Right now. I can be packed in 5 minutes if that's what you want. Well?
Jessica, please try and understand. When I saw Stephanie again,
You realize you still loved her.
Loved her? I was so damn angry. So blazingly angry. Not only because of what she did to me, but Dennis and Sarah. Good God, what sort of a person does that? Fakes her own death, then calmly sits back and watches while the people who love to go through the kind of hell that we've all suffered.
You have to still care about her to be this angry.
Well, is that what they teach you in drama school?
You hate the idea of a divorce, don't you?
Yes. But I hate the thought of losing you much more.
Well, my dears, we did it.
You did it. I thought I was really heading for jail.
You poor thing. I'm sorry you had to sweat it out.
It was worth it just to see the look on Julie's face.
I wonder.
Have you talked to Dan yet?
Oh, I tried. He's very angry, just as I expected he would be.
Mum, you have to understand about Jessica. She's in love with him. And he was reaching out for someone.
And he didn't let the grass grow under his feet, did he?
I always thought it'd be unbearable to lose him. But you know, I think I'm going to survive.
Maybe he'll come back to you now.
Oh, Sassy. I don't think that's the answer for either of us.
I was actually fool enough to be upset when I first heard the news of Stephanie's death. I wish she were dead.
Remember your blood pressure.
I thought I hated her before, but it's nothing to what I feel now.
Take your pills and go to bed like the good doctor said.
He didn't say anything about going to bed on my own.
You need your beauty sleep. Hatred causes wrinkles. Did you know that?
Oh, Jake, please stay. Tonight's been one long nightmare.
Swallow those bombs and you'll be flat on your back in 5 minutes. I'll ring you in the morning.
Jake, something just occurred to me.
It has to be unpleasant. You've got a smile on your face.
We're still holding a trump card. Dennis, if it was a matter of the company and him going to prison...
I gave Stephanie my word.
Since when did that mean anything?
She kept her side of the bargain.
Before she got my signature on that worthless land deal.
You got greedy.
You'd turn in Dennis tomorrow if it suited you.
Well, it doesn't. And don't get any ideas about it. Otherwise, you might really have a problem with your blood pressure.
You don't care about me or the company. Just as long as there's a chance you might get Stephanie into bed.
Take your pills, Jilly.
Admit it. Stephanie's all that really matters to you.
Go to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow.
Jake. Jake, wait, please. Jake, you know how much I love you.
Jilly, you're overtired. I want to go home. We'll talk tomorrow.
Jake, please stay. I need you. I'm begging you.
Oh, for God's sake, pull yourself together and go to bed.
Marry me, Jake Sanders. I've made sure of that.
You're raving mad.
Am I?
What's that?
The photos. The photos that Cassie took of you, me, and poor dead Olive.
You destroyed them?
Oh, you know how sentimental I am about photographs, Jake. I kept Olive's affidavit, too, saying that you paid her to try and kill Stephanie, just in case.
Have you forgotten you're in those photos, too?
Oh, no. But if I go to prison, I take you with me. So you see, we'll end up together, one way or the other. So you can just forget about Stephanie Harpur.
I've told you. If I wanted to have Stephanie, I'd have had her a long time ago.
I saw the way you looked at her tonight.
Oh, I made no secret of the fact I admire her guts. She fights my way, all the way.
So do I, remember?
How many times do I have to tell you? Stephanie Harpur is history.
I don't believe you, Jake. Not anymore.
Use your head. She proved tonight once and for all what's most important to her. Not her husband, not her kids. The Harper Company comes first, last, and always. And I don't play second fiddle to anyone.
You better mean it. Well, the next music you hear will be the police siren.
You're late.
You're early. Is that a good sign?
What's that they say about the early bird? Something about catching the worm?
I would have thought cat and mouse would have been more your line.
Well, the games are over now, aren't they?
And now the battle begins.
Legally speaking, yes.
That's what the whole scam was about, wasn't it? Eh? You wanted the money so you could take me to court and get your company back.
Bullseye.
It'll take a long time.
Yes, and I'll win.
Of course. You know, I never believed you committed suicide. Did you know that?
Yes, Dennis told me.
Stephanie Harpur doesn't give up.
Or give in.
I like that.
But you've lost. Shouldn't we be enemies?
It's not possible. I'm still in love with you.
Do you know the meaning of the word?
Do you? You've never met the right man, have you? In all those years. If you had, I wouldn't have seen that doubt cross your eyes just then. Or it was just a flicker. But it was there, wasn't it?
That'd suit you very nicely, wouldn't it? Marry me and get half the company back?
I'm not talking about the company, and you know it.
And just where does Jilly fit in with your little scheme?
She doesn't.
Oh, I see. Been there, done that. That's the way you operate, isn't it? The only reason you're hankering after me is the harder it is to get, the bigger the thrill while it lasts.
It's not like that with you.
Oh, come on, Jake. I'd just be another notch in the gun belt. Thanks, but no thanks. I have other plans.
And no one to share them with.
I'll get a dog.
Lovely morning.
You taking credit or just making conversation?
How are you feeling? I heard they called a doctor last night.
I wouldn't send a sympathy card just yet. When I want company at breakfast, I'll arrange it.
I have to talk to you.
I had a visit from the police this morning. They wanted a donation for the boys' club.
What are you going to do?
I never make major decisions until after lunch.
Come on, Jilly, I have to know.
I spent 7 years in prison sweating it out. Maybe a little practice wouldn't hurt you.
Where's Jake?
At the office. Maybe he's the one you should be worried about.
He won't go back on his word.
What makes you so sure?
Because he wants to stay on the right side of my mother.
Get out of here.
I just want to know what you're going to do.
Get out!
Jilly.
I said...
Jilly, no!
Get out!
Jono, I know I can never repay you for all you've done for me. But this comes with so much gratitude.
That's a lot of money.
It's only a fraction of what we made.
Money stolen from you in the first place. I can't take that.
Oh, don't be silly. You more than earned it.
You and I passed the money stage a long time ago. You know that, Steph. But if you're looking for a way to pay me back...
You don't give up easily, do you?
You can't blame a bloke for trying.
No.
You could at least put me on standby. Oh, what is it? Dan still?
No. But we did have some lovely years together, and I can't help but be sad that they're over. And what about you? What are you going to do about Tom?
Lay it on the line, I guess.
Well, you're going to have to, aren't you, for both of you?
Question is, how's he going to take it?
You'll never know until you tell him.
Bet he's not going to be too thrilled to find out that his old man's just a bum who wanders from scam to scam.
A pretty clever bum. And not a bad mate to have when the going gets rough.
Stephanie, my guards tell me Jilly is downstairs, asking to see you.
Let her go hang.
No, I'll see her.
Is that wise? She'll only try and hurt you.
I'm not going to hide from her.
Very well, but Jono must stay.
No. I'm in the driver's seat from now on.
Give her heaps. Miss Harpur will see you now.
How kind. How much did she pay you to set me up?
Not enough. Considering what I had to do for it.
Sit down, Jilly.
Well, that was a nice little surprise you sprung on Dan and your kids. But then you never give a damn who you tread on. You're Stephanie God Almighty Harpur. You always have to be top dog.
Being sisters, we're bound to have something in common.
You knew all along that land was worthless.
You're so greedy, Jilly. You had it all, but it still wasn't enough.
I haven't finished yet. Do you imagine Jake and I are going to sit back and let this happen? You know me better than that.
The problem is you don't know me. You never did.
Oh, I know you. Max Harper's frumpy daughter. She got husbands because she was too dumb to know the only reason anyone ever forced themselves into bed with her was for the money. But you got smart. You married good old Dan. And he turned the ugly duckling into a swan. Oh, God, there's one born every day. But even he isn't going to last the distance, is he? He's found out, like all of us, that you're a fraud. The same frigid frump is still right there beneath the plastic surgery and expensive clothes.
Have you finished?
Oh, no. And I never will be. I'll make you pay for all the misery and humiliation you put me through. And I won't rest till I've destroyed everything you ever had or ever wanted. I hate you, Stephanie. And I'll bring you down. Even if it means spending the rest of my life behind bars. I hate you, do you hear me?
The feeling, Jilly, is entirely mutual. You did everything in your power to ruin my life. You hurt everybody I love. But I think possibly the worst thing you did was to drive a nice, kind man like Philip Stewart to kill himself. And that's something I'll never forgive you for.
You can't prove that.
Oh, I don't need to. You know it. And you're the one who has to live with it. And, Jilly, the older you get, the more it's going to haunt you.
You're a liar and a cheat. And I'll get even for what you've done to me.
I took steps to regain what was rightfully mine. I owe you nothing.
I'll see you rot in hell.
It was my father's dying wish that I acknowledge you as my sister. I've done that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the contract is fulfilled. So you go back to Jake and you tell him from me, the battle's on and it's going to be a long and bloody war. Now, get out!
I want Stefani Harpur more than I've ever wanted anyone.
She rubs your nose in the dirt, sells you down the river, and you behave like a lovesick schoolboy. Dangerous.
You don't understand. You just don't get that sort of courage and class wrapped up like that.
Well, if you could win her over, she'd drop the lawsuit.
Don't you think of anything but dollar signs?
Well, somebody has to stay practical, and you are in big trouble.
I've got time on my side.
You've also got Jili Stüört, and she's got enough evidence to hang you, unless you marry her.
Yeah, she'd do it, too. She'd do anything to keep me away from Stephanie.
Maybe Mrs. Stewart has served her purpose.
Forget it.
I doubt that anybody would miss her.
I'll get rid of her. My way.
Don't waste a lot of time thinking about it. It's the doers of this world who win.
Like your office? The air's a bit fresher than it is at Sanders Investments. But I don't think I've got a job there any longer, Jono. You seen this?
Yeah, she certainly rocked them on the heels, didn't she?
It'll be good to see Stephanie back where she belongs. What will you do?
Oh, I don't know. Got a few decisions to make.
Can I help?
No. You must have wondered when the truth came out that Tom wasn't Stephanie's son. I mean...
What are you trying to tell me, Johnny?
I'm Tom's father.
You proved to be a very loyal friend of Stephanie. You've got every right to tell Tom the truth. Far be it from me to try and stop you. But it's just that, well, Tom's had a rough time lately. I'm wondering how much more he can take.
Thanks.
I didn't mean that personally.
I've waited a hell of a long time for this moment.
Maybe too long from Tom's point of view. How are you going to feel if it backfires? He's a fine boy. Don't want to see him hurt again.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Tom.
Well, look who it is. The orderly from the hospital. Fancy seeing you again. Kept trying to talk me into sure things on the races.
I was in the area. Thought I'd check you out.
Well, that's decent of you.
Besides, I owe you. One of those horses came in, paid 10 to 1.
Thanks. But I couldn't possibly. My father always told me never take money from strangers. Look, why don't I organize some coffee or something?
For me, thanks. I've paid my dues. I'll be on my way.
Nice seeing you again. Seems like a decent sort of bloke.
Yes, he is.
This is not going to work.
She'll back down.
I doubt it.
I think I'm a little more experienced with women than you, Anton. I'll handle Jilly.
Having a party, Jilly?
Jake, I'm so glad to see you. Why didn't you wake me before you left this morning? You could have at least said goodbye.
I've come to say it now. For good.
I'm not in the mood for your games, not today.
No, it's simple. I marry you or I go to jail. Jail wins. My God. Your face. But you're bluffing, aren't you? You don't plan to go to jail. You couldn't stand it. And if the police see those photographs, you'll be up to your neck in it.
You're going to her, aren't you?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not going to hell. And that's what marrying you would be. Goodbye, Jilly.
No, Jake, you can't go. I won't let you.
I said goodbye.
I'll kill you. If I can't have you, it's she.
You'll go to prison. All right, Jilly. You're upset. We'll talk. But put the gun down.
I'll do it. I'll shoot you, just as I did your brother.
I said we'll talk. But not with that gun waving in my face.
Don't come any closer.
All right. But put the gun down.
No! I'll kill you! I'll kill Stephanie! Jake, no, please. Jake, please!
What happened?
Mrs. Stewart and I were just saying goodbye.
Jake! Jake! I love you.
That woman is very dangerous.
I know.
What are you going to do?
Think twice about shooting Stephanie.
She's gone over the edge.
Get rid of her. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. Today.
Hello. This is Джили Стюърт. Could you please ask the doctor to call me at Eden as soon as possible? I'm feeling very ill. Thank you. Goodbye. Well, I'm off to rehearsal now.
Well, I'm going to the stud farm shortly. I'll give you a lift.
No, I'm all right.
Super rehearsal. Hey, Angelo, come on, stop worrying. Sarah has made a complete recovery. Now, that's official.
Things aren't going so well, Dan. All this business about Tom.
It'll all work itself out for the best.
We need our own place. Oh, don't misunderstand me. It's been great to be able to stay here, but we need a home of our own.
Yeah, I agree. You do need your own place. But what about money?
I've worked that out. I'm going back to boxing.
Now, Angelo, you told me that when Eddie King died, you never wanted to fight again.
Things have changed.
Don't. It isn't worth it.
Sarah's going to have the best. The kind of life she's been used to.
Look, Sarah doesn't care about money or any material thing.
I care for her. And you can't tell me she doesn't miss the sort of life she had at Eden. Just a couple of big fights, Dan. That's all it'll take.
Maybe. But at what cost to you?
I think that's just taking care of the high blood pressure. Starting your own blood bank.
We'll know that when we get the tests through.
How soon will that be?
We'll treat them with priority. Meantime, I'd like you to get as much rest as possible. Whatever you do to relax, do more of it.
Oh, I will, Doctor. And thanks for coming so promptly.
Oh, you got lucky. Surgery finished early.
You'll ring me as soon as the test results come through?
Yes. Meantime, stop worrying. I don't think it's anything too drastic.
Bye, Doctor.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I'd like to speak to Stefani Harpăr, please. It's all very cut and dried for you, isn't it?
I thought that was what you wanted.
I want Dan to be happy.
Well, that's up to you now, isn't it?
You could help.
What on earth do you mean?
Dan's been so angry and bitter about it all. I can't reach him anymore. I don't know how he feels.
He's shocked. I'm sorry it had to be that way.
It's more than that. You've been married to him for 7 years. You know him so much better than I do. I don't know what's going on inside his head, but I think you might.
You really do love him, don't you? He's entitled to feel angry about me. I'm sorry it's hurting you, but he'll get over it. You just have to be patient.
I don't think that's the answer.
Then what is?
It's something he has to sort out right now. And the only person he can do that with is you.
I'm a little confused. You want him so much, and yet you're trying to throw us together.
I don't want part of Dan's love. I want all of it. And right now, he doesn't know how he feels about either of us.
You're taking a very big chance.
I'm talking about how I'm going to spend the rest of my life. And I'm not prepared to sit around indefinitely to find out.
You want me to talk to him?
Yes.
What will you do if he decides that he wants to come back to me?
Get on with my own life, the best I know how. He'll be at the horse stud.
Good to see you back, Miss Harpăr.
Thanks, Nick.
Careful, he's been biting a bit lately.
Taking after his new owner, is he? Revenge. Well, he's aptly named.
Well, I don't know about that. But he's fast. He'll give your fella a good run for his money in the Melbourne Cup.
Mrs. Stewart's ended him, has she?
I
I don't know why. I think she's on a losing streak lately. Is Dr. Marshall about?
He's been watching Cara's Pride workout. Beautiful horse. Hope he wins the cup for you.
Thanks. I'll take a look. Behave yourself. I want to talk to you.
Haven't we said it all before?
Perhaps. But in anger, and that never really achieved anything.
How did you expect that I'd feel?
Exactly the way you feel. I didn't come here to make excuses.
You obviously didn't come to apologize either. But then the Harpers never do that, do they?
Yes, when they're wrong. I wasn't.
You never are. It's just the ordinary folk like me who don't understand your higher level of thought.
Dan, we had a lovely time together. Let's not pretend it didn't happen.
I'm getting old, Steph. My memory isn't what it was.
Well, mine's in great shape, and I'll never forget what you did for me.
It just got a little boring for the high-powered business tycoon, right?
I'm not the stay-at-home, aprons and slippers type. I tried. I really tried. But it just wasn't enough. I need a challenge. That's what makes me tick.
Regardless of who gets hurt in the future.
Now, I had every right to fight for the company that I was cheated out of. I did it the only way I know how, and I make no apology for that. I'm proud of what I did. I couldn't change, even if I wanted to, and I don't.
We should have had this conversation 7 years ago.
Why? I don't want to wipe out those years. And I rather hoped you wouldn't. But I'd be a liar if I said we had a future together.
Well, that about wraps it up, I guess.
Dan, Jessica loves you very much. She can give you the kind of life you want.
I accept the fact that you're finished with me. But I don't need you to plan the rest of my life.
Now, hang on a minute. I care a great deal about what happens to you. It matters to me that you get the happiness that you deserve and that I could never give you.
You know, somehow I think you almost mean that. Well, maybe it's because your name is Harper that somehow it sounds so damn patronizing.
I'm sorry.
Yes, so am I.
I wonder how many times we've said that to one another.
Funny thing is, I think we both always meant it.
You deserve your freedom, and I want mine too. But please, let's try and be friends. I'm too old to change doctors now.
How was he?
Tara's Pride? Great. Stephanie was there. She, wanted to talk.
Oh, yes?
It took me back to when I first met her. She was terribly scarred and frightened then. And yet underneath it was that tremendous courage and amazing honesty. It's the same kind of strength I saw again today.
You're getting back together again, aren't you?
No.
But...
She really gave it to me straight from the shoulder. And that wasn't easy at first. It hurt my pride. Her being the one to lay it on the line and tell me why it wouldn't work.
You asked her to try again?
No, I wasn't given a chance.
Did you want to?
I wasn't sure at first. And then I realized that she was right. We're poles apart. When she needed me, we made it work. There's got to be more than that. And we both know it.
What are you going to do now?
Let it go. And hopefully we'll stay friends.
I'm glad.
So am I. Because it's given me another chance to find happiness. With you.
Are you sure?
I could never be more sure of anything.
There is a time for tears for all of us.
Always ruining your suits.
That's better.
I've been talking to Dan.
It is over. Is that what you want?
It was my idea. So why am I crying?
For the impossible. For what might have been. A very human failing.
I know it's right. I just suddenly felt so alone.
Shall I bore you with another proposal? I think not. You would say no, and then I might cry a little too. Besides, it is not another man in your life that you need, but another challenge.
Mal, you always know the right thing to say at exactly the right moment.
My sister would not agree with you.
Will you do something for me?
Ask.
Try to let Talitha have a little more freedom. I just can't bear to think of her shut off from all the things she loves in life.
I will try. And she, after being with you, will undoubtedly insist. You no longer need me here. I'm going home. But I will always be with you. You understand this?
Yes. I understand this. I feel so comfortable with you.
Is that a compliment? I'm not certain. There is one thing we should speak about. The child that was born to us.
Oh, Mal, after the way Tom reacted, I just don't know.
I accept that. But it would be good to know my son. Our son.
I would like to give it a little more thought.
It shall be your decision. But you will let me know in time.
Yes, of course. Oh, I shall miss you.
Perhaps.
How'd you go?
Fine.
I have explained to Stefani. Talitha and I are about to take our leave. You are, of course, welcome to use this place as long as you wish.
Oh, you're kind, thank you.
We must go so soon.
Indeed. You do not wish to go home?
Yes, of course.
A pity. I thought we might perhaps travel around Australia before returning.
Oh, I would like that so much.
Good. Then it is settled.
Do you think you can plan your trip so that you're in Melbourne to see Tara's Pride win the cup?
Without question.
Oh, how exciting. If we are to travel the country, should we not have with us someone who knows it well? Like Jono?
Well...
It would be good to have a bodyguard who also can show us the true country.
We are certainly in your debt, Jono. Would you care to accompany us?
I'd love to. Too sleepy for a little refreshment?
When did you get here?
Oh, not long ago. You were dozing, so I made us a drink for when you awakened.
It's a bit unusual, isn't it? You and I sharing a social moment.
I wanted to talk to you while Jake was still at the office.
Why?
Well, we've had our ups and downs, but quite frankly, I'd rather deal with you than Stefani Harpър.
We should have had this conversation months ago.
Oh, it's not too late. You'll have to admit I was very helpful in acquiring the Harpър company.
Oh, you're smart. I'm not denying that.
Oh, it's good. I needed it. I've had a long, hard day at the office.
Yes, it is good.
You see, I think I've come up with a way that we can block Stefani Harpъr. And maybe even do something about that land swindle.
Anton, I think we've just found a common cause. Джили Стюърт? Oh, right. Yes. Put him on, please. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Jake Sanders?
Jake, it's me. Jilly. The doctor just phoned and I've got the most marvelous news. Jake, I'm pregnant. We're going to have a baby.
Oh, come on, Jilly. First the high blood pressure, and now you're suddenly pregnant. Enough games.
It's true. The tests were absolutely positive. Oh, Jake, I'm so happy. You do want a child, don't you?
Yes. This is for real, isn't it, Jilly?
Oh, yes, 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 of course. Oh, Jake, come home. We've got to celebrate.
Jilly, is Anton there?
Yes, he arrived a little while ago.
Listen. Come to the office right away. We've got to talk about this.
In my condition? Oh, no, Jake, come home now. Anton and I are already celebrating. In fact, I think it's gone to my head.
Jilly, don't hang up. Jilly!
Are you all right, Mrs. Stewart?
Yes, I'm all right. Just a bit. I better...
No, I'll get that. In a minute. Here, drink this. It'll help.
What are you doing?
Something Jake should have done a long time ago.
A drink? You poisoned me.
No, just a strong sedative, so you'll have a nice, long sleep. Don't worry.
Jake!
Don't worry, Mrs. Stewart. It will look like an accident. Jake will be fine.
He knows about the baby.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that.
Please.
Well, maybe we can make a little bargain. Where are those photos and that affidavit?
No, you can't have them.
I don't want to drown you, Mrs. Stewart, but if you won't give me what I'm asking for, you leave me no choice.
You just want to take Jake away from me.
Exactly. This is your last chance. The photos?
The bedroom, the music box.
Oh, very good. And the affidavit?
The shoe.
Good girl.